Well, good day, viewers, good day. And look at that outside. Not raining, sky is kind of blue, some sunshine, and the ground is almost dry. So that is what Harry Who would say on Get Smart. That is simply amazing. So we're going to have a look at the weather here, and I guess this isn't going to last long, so we need to enjoy it while we can. And we're sitting at 4 degrees Celsius at the moment. (39 degrees Fahrenheit). West-southwest wind at 6 miles an hour, so you don't feel anything out there today. So it's not too bad of a day. If a person had to be outside, I guess it wouldn't be too bad today. So we have sun and cloud, of course, today. 4 degrees Celsius, which we're already at, so I guess that's going to be as warm as it gets. And then tomorrow is rain, of course, again, and 6. And Saturday is rain and 4. Sunday is sunny. December 1st, sunny. 1 degree Celsius. Same sort of thing on Monday. Same sort of thing on Tuesday, a little cooler. And then into flurries on Wednesday, and that could change, of course. And the temperatures are 1 degree and stuff. So anyway, the special weather statement is still on. They're still saying 10 centimeters of snow. But with the temperatures that they're predicting there, I can't see how it's going to collect a whole lot or whatever. It might be a little white in the morning, but I would say by the middle of the afternoon it'll be gone. So that would be good. That'll be good. So we're getting to the end of November with no major snowstorms, so that's a good thing. That's a month almost over with. So we have had in the past quite a few different years. We've had major snowstorms in November just after Remembrance Day. So if we got to the end of this month without anything too serious, that's good. That's 1 month of winter over with. All right, so what are we going to do today? Today, we'll go have a look at this down here, I guess. We're going to try and fix that today, I guess. So if you had watched my long video on doing U-joints there yesterday, I mentioned that I had broke the vise. And what happened was there's a bolt in here, and the bolt broke after me pounding on it, trying to do the work on the U-joint. Anyway, I can't say anything bad about the vise because it's a little story on that, I guess, would be. I gave some story the other day, I guess, but anyway. So I bought that vise 51 years ago for my father. And my father, so that'd be 1973. My father was retiring from where he worked at, and over the couple of years before he retired, he built himself a garage. And so I bought him a vise to put in the garage. So that poor little vise has been getting pounded on by him for years and years, and then I got it and I pounded on it for years and years. And you can see the dents and gouges and dings and all that stuff on it. And it is made in Littletown, Pennsylvania. Howe and Forey Company, I think. Littletown. Anyway, it's been great old vise. It's only a small little one. It's only a 4-inch vise. But anyway, it swivels on the base there. So I broke it. The little tiny bolt that's in there holding that pad or shoe or whatever they're called on there. These things here. Anyway, over the years, I guess the screw in here, the head of it, I don't know what happened, but you can't even see it there. So, so there wasn't a way to tighten it up. But anyway, the other screw over here, I did have out the other day, and it's all mangled and twisted and stuff. So on the end, so I was just able to get a flat screwdriver in on the edge of it and get it out. And so I'm going to take it out today and get that piece off of there, and we're going to have a look and see what's what. And we'll take this right out. Just unwind the handle here, and that all comes right out. So we'll have a look at that in a little bit. So you can kind of see a little better there what's going on. It's been pounded on and things pressed into it, and there's been a lot of things done on it. You know, I know there is a place in town here that sells this kind of stuff, I think. So I may go there and see if I can get new pads or shoes or whatever they call for here, maybe. And they may have a bolt there for me too. I don't know, but I did get some other parts there. You know, they sell files and metal working tools and things like that. And I did get some. What do you call them things? It's kind of a woodworking tool, kind of like a planer that my father had. It was a Rockwell planer, and I guess we'd call them teeth, let's say. It had a drum in it, and it had 3 teeth in it, and you could run a board over it to kind of plane it off, or you could angle it on a 45 or whatever. But that's the place I went to get new teeth for that. So it's kind of like a specialized metal and woodworking shop, I guess is what you'd say. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can get that apart there, and then we'll get a better look at it. All right, so we got that off there. It's not a very big screw, and of course, if it had been tight, it wouldn't have been moving here, I guess. If it wouldn't move there, and it wouldn't have broke that bolt off. But you can see the head on that one is got a little bend in it too. Anyway, like I say, 51 years of getting pounded on. I don't know if I mentioned or not, but anyway, I bought it at Eaton's. That's where I bought it at. Of course, Eaton's is no longer. That's kind of too bad, but anyway, in the basement of the Eaton store, and that's where they had the tool section. So I'm kind of guessing, but I don't know. I clean this up here a little bit. I don't know. How am I going to get that out of there? That's the main thing. Something I did a little while ago, maybe a year or two ago, I guess now, but the bolt broke off in something that I was working on, and I figured because the bolt broke off, and because the bolt is not bottomed out in the hole, because it's not supposed to be, that the bolt should be loose in there. So, and it was a bigger bolt than this, but I thought, well, if I could get something to stick on the end of it, so I forget now what I used, but I think I used a smaller bolt than what was in there, and I just put, from what I can remember, I think I just put some goop on the end of it, and I kind of pushed it onto the broken bolt in there, and I turned it right out. I kind of don't think that's going to work here. I don't know what I'm going to do there. I may have to drill a new hole and tap it. And I got to find a small bolt, I guess, something like that. That's smaller than a quarter. So I got some thinking and wondering, and maybe go to that store and see if they have anything. Take them 2 items there with me. And if they do, then maybe I'd ever get those out. It'd be kind of nice to get new pads for it. New bolts. Yeah, a lot of pounding. Yeah, my dad and I, both of us, pounded on that. And my son pounded on this too. Excuse me. Anyway, that's the way it goes. Once you pound on something for so long, it breaks, and that's just the way it is. So, I'll get back to you. This might be a longer, not necessarily a long video, but it's going to take me a while to do it. So I'll just put in little bits and pieces here and there. So, I did get it to move, but if you can see in there, or the light is too much maybe, I guess. Anyway, I think from the way it moved, I think the threads are probably worn out, I think. Because it looked like it pushed in. It did turn to the left a wee little bit and then pushed in at the same time, so. I don't think it's going to turn out, so I'm going to be in trouble now trying to get that out of there. See if we can use the studio light here. Maybe that'd be better. Anyway, it's in there. I don't know. I'll have to think about it, I guess. So. Anyway, parts, brake cleaner, brake clean, parts cleaner. So I guess there's been some changes in that. So the one on the left is the one that's used at Ford where my son works. And then all of a sudden they couldn't get that anymore. And the stuff they were getting didn't work nearly as good. And smelled terrible, I guess. And wouldn't evaporate, where this stuff evaporates fairly quick. So anyway, I guess, I kind of think that's what's going on in the world, or in Canada anyway. They don't want you using any harsh stuff anymore, so they're making all this other stuff that's more environmentally friendly but doesn't work as good, from what I know. I'm no expert at anything like that. So anyway, my son said to me that they found another product, I guess. So the one on the right is what they're using now, and he says that works pretty good. And it's cheap, apparently. This stuff is kind of cheap too, I guess. So the only difference I see here is the labels. This label here is not on this can. So this stuff, I guess, is not as poisonous as this stuff. Yet you don't want to be using it a lot. I think I know a fellow that had trouble with that stuff. Ended up with, I think he had liver trouble, and it was caused from using too much brake clean. He worked at a truck garage, so everything would be dirty and covered in oil and grease, so you'd be using a lot of that for doing work there, I would say. So anyway, so back on to the thing I'm supposed to be on here is I gotta do some thinking on that. I'll get back to you on how I'm going to get that out of there maybe. So a little update on what's going to go on here, I think. So I can't seem to figure out a way to get that old bolt out of there. I tried drilling it, and it won't drill, so there's no way for me to get that out that I know of. So my machinist skills, yeah, right. I looked that up on the internet, that Littlestown vise, and they haven't made them since 1979, and I guess they haven't made vices since 1990. I don't know if the place is in business doing anything else, but anyway. So that kind of tells me that there's no parts available. So then I thought, well, I guess there's not much sense in me going to that shop I had mentioned about. So, because they wouldn't have anything probably. So I got looking and thinking and wondering, and back to what I try to normally do is fix it with what I've got, I guess. So I found another little bolt that is the same thread as that one, which is what came out of this side here. Not that that makes any difference. I guess you could just use any bolt. But so I have figured out what size that is. And what I'm planning to do is drill another hole here through this jaw into that jaw, and I'm going to tap it for that bolt to fit. Then I will countersink this like the other end, so that the head of the bolt will fit in there and be flush. I will have to grind it off flat a bit. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know if I can drill this yet, but I'm pretty sure I can. It's just a cast iron, so should be drillable, I think. But anyway, if it's not, well, then I'm on to some other kind of fix, I guess. But that is what the plan is at the moment. So, yeah, so no parts available. Another thing I saw was a piece of dirt on the front of the vise. And I thought to myself, that's kind of odd looking. That looks like a weld repair. So sure enough, I cleaned it off and look at that. A brass weld repair, or I should say bronze. And I kind of half remember this now, and I really don't remember what, but there's welded back here too. So it was broken half at one point. Whether I did it or my dad did it, I can't remember. But I would say that it was my dad that welded that, because I can't remember welding it. I could do it, but I don't remember doing it. So I'm kind of thinking it was him that broke it and him that fixed it. But of course I'm not positive. But anyway, that's the kind of torture this poor little voice went through. Anyway, we'll get on to trying to fix it, I guess, and see what's what. So check the depth of the hole, and we got lots of room there, so we're not going to bottom out with the little bolt. Oops. There you are. And I gotta, like I say, I gotta make that hole a little bigger and then countersink it. And we have our taps there, so we'll continue on. Well, my backyard machinist skills were going along great until we got all the holes drilled and put the piece back on the jaw. And if you can see it or not, but I'm off by quite a bit. This way and that way. Now, I don't know how I did that, but I did it, I guess so. So when I drilled through with this bit is the one to drill to use that to make the threads. So I drilled through that, and at the same time when I drilled through, I went into this piece that I'm going to tap. I had this bolt in here to keep it in place. So I took this off. My mark was on underneath here. So I drilled it with that bit for the tapping. I don't know how it got off kilter. Anyway, it's off kilter. Jumping, makes you wonder some days. I guess I got to drill another hole the other way, I guess, and try it again. Jumps, I had all the thing ready. I even drilled out the hole to 13/64 so that the bolt would go through this. Then I drilled out the concave. It was supposed to be 3/8 of an inch, so that's what I did, and the nut fits perfect into there. I'm looking through the camera, I guess I can't see what I'm doing. It's perfect in there. All I would have had to do was just file off a bit of just to make it flat. File off the head of it a bit. Well, after a few choice words and my backyard machinist skills came to haunt me today, I guess. Anyway, the hole I had drilled wasn't in the right spot. I don't know if you can see or not. Look at that, how far off it's. And everything worked out good. Everything fit real nice. And I went to put it together. That's what I saw. Off a half a hole at least in 2 different directions. And I have no idea how I did that. Anyway, I had to drill another hole and jumpins. But anyway, I got it fixed, I guess. So I re-grooved that bolt so I could tighten it. And I might take the welder and just weld up that hole and grind it off, maybe. Jumpins, that's annoying. Anyway, there we go. I'll get back to you if I get any more. So, that hole that I had there that I mistakenly made, I welded it up. I took the torch, heated up the metal a bit, and then I used what I call the half welder because it only goes up to 75 amps. MIG welder, and I put the hot weld on it there. So now I gotta, you can see I gotta grind that off and see if I filled the hole or not. I may have to give it another zap. Anyway, we'll see what happens here. All right, there we go. I got it all ground off mostly flat, and it should be all right. Trying to nick it up a bit and with the welding hammer and nicked it up a bunch, and then I rubbed a bunch of grease over it and tried to make it look like it never happened. Anyway, it'll all fit in over time. So there's my mistake for today, I guess. I obviously did something wrong. I'm not really sure what. But anyway, I'm going to put this back together. I'm going to grease this up and grease up the slide here, and that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Well, sometimes I always add something to it, I guess. Anyway, here we go. It's all back together. So, you kind of look at it, if you didn't know, you wouldn't really know that happened. So, once I use it a few times, that'll blend in, and there she goes. Look at that. All greased up, ready for another project. There. All right, again, thanks for watching, and thanks to all my subscribers, and thanks to all the new subscribers, and hope everybody's having a great day, and I guess everybody in the United States is eating turkey, I guess, today, so that's a good thing. All right, goodbye now.